Alrighty, let's come to comfortable seat. Any pains or injuries before we start? Good. All right. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video. Of course, all fits can be found on my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is open flow. It is a level 1, level 2. Make sure that if you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, that you do modify or skip poses altogether. Always making some mindful decisions on your movement practice, not to create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. All right, let's sit up tall, and you need to elevate, sitting up on a block or a blanket. Let the palms face up. Fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Grounding evenly through your seat, elongating through the spine. And start to let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three ohms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer and from the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs. Lifting the heart up toward the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Katopiwa, Katopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapashya, Sapashya, Vishendraha, Vishendraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes and let the palms face up. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. And take the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And the chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back, opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds in that same direction. And chin back toward the chest and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And come back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Extending the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side and turning your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. Draw in. Roll out. Draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Take it back to center, switch them around, inner rotations. And back to center again, cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Wow, that wind is really roaring. It's like whistling in here. Inhale, take the arms up high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right, right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Back up again, other side. Back up again, legs forward, forward fold. Take it back up, bend your knees, step the feet about hips width distance, and grab the front of the shin. Roll it back to stretch open the back bodies and the back of the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, broaden the chest, gently looking up and take a mid and upper back bend. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Come back to neutral. Walk your feet in together. Walk your heels in a little bit closer. Wrap the left arm around your shins, right hand back behind you, and twist. Take the gaze to look forward. With your left hand, grab the outside of the right foot and extend it out. And then look behind you for your twist. Look forward and reaching your right hand to grab the inside of the right foot. So you might want to bend your knee first to grab the inside of the foot and then re-extend the best you can. If you need to keep your knees bent, then keep the knees bent, but look to lengthen out the right leg the best you can. And then bend your right knee, ankles to knee. Do the best you can to take the right ankle on top of the left knee, then support with your hands back behind you, flex your right foot, sit up tall. If you have a little bit more in you, you can walk your heel in a little bit closer and sit up taller. So this is a right hip opener. Then press into your hands, lift the seat. It's a three-legged tabletop. Take the seat back down. Move your left heel forward so you can release your right leg, and then step it in again. Feet together, knees together. Wrap the right arm around the shins, left hand behind you, sit up tall and twist. Then start to look forward. The right hand grabs the outside of the left foot and extend it forward. And then once you have the positioning, look back behind you once again for your twist. If you can't fully extend the left leg, that's okay. Now look forward once again. You might need to bend your left knee a little bit so that you can grab the inside of the left foot and then re-extend the best you can, sitting up tall. And bend your left knee, ankles to knees. So if it's a little bit tight for you in this position, walk your heel forward a little bit, take the ankles to knees, support with your hands, and then walk it back in and sit up tall. Make sure you flex your left foot. Good. And then lift the seat up for a three-legged tabletop. And release the seat back down. Extend both legs forward. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold once again. Release, make your way back up. Bend your knees, swing the legs back behind you, hands and knees. Now, when you take your hands and knees, just walk your knees slightly further back. We're going to end up taking puppy pose. All right, so Setting up our hands and knees, we'll take a few cat-cows to warm up the spine some more. On the inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head. Exhale, round the spine 3 times. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral spine. Then walk your hands forward, 1 hand print. And then start to draw the seat back toward the heels and press strongly into your hands and start to stretch your toes as you also start to stretch your lower back and your shoulders. So you may not go all the way down. That is perfectly fine. You're starting to warm up your shoulders and your lower back a little bit. And lift back up to hands and knees. This time, taking the other hand to walk another handprint forward. Now this time, you're going to line up the hips with the knees and then start to think about drawing your chest toward the floor. Now, if you need a little bit more space, you can always walk the hands even further forward. So eventually, you're working your chest and the chin toward the floor, and this is called puppy pose. So there's a lot of opening to your shoulders, your underside of your shoulders. And then working your thoracic flexibility as well in an extension. All right, start to release, make your way back up. Walk your hands in a little bit and lift the knees for down dog. Walking it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness. Inhale, raise your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg, step it forward. Warrior 1, take the back heel to ground down as you rise up. On the exhale, open it up, Warrior 2. With your left hand, reach down toward the floor, forward, and come back up to Warrior 1. Open it up, Warrior 2. 2 more times. Reach down, forward, and up, Warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, Warrior 2. Left hand down, forward, and up, Warrior 1. Open it up, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Right arm to top of the right leg or right hand to the floor. Left arm reaching up. Let's revolve it. Left hand comes to the floor. And then reach your right arm up to twist. The left hand can come to a block if you need a block or a book. On the inhale, come all the way back up. So circle up and around. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Hands alongside the rib cage. Version 2 of your progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra, and hold it there. So your belly and your lower ribs make contact to the floor. Press into your hands. Lift up a little higher. So you're lifting your lower ribs and your belly away from the floor. Press into your hands. Lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, take it. If you need to keep your elbows bending, keep it there. And bending the elbows to release all the way down into child's pose. Seat towards the heels and fold. And then down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg, step it forward, warrior 1. So when you take the circles with the right arm, right, you don't have to lean the torso forward. The torso stays vertical, right, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Reach your right hand down toward the floor, reach it forward and up for warrior 1. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Reach your right hand down, forward and up for warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. 1 more time. Reach your right arm down, forward and up, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, modifying elbow to the knee or the hand to the floor, right arm up. And then let's revolve it. Right hand comes to the floor or to a block, and then left arm up to twist. On the inhale, come all the way up and around, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras, version 2. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra, and hold. Press into your hands, lift up higher. Press into your hands, lift up even higher, and holding it here. Bhujangasana Cobra. And release all the way down, child's pose, seat toward the heels, and fold. Lift up to your hands and knees. Let's work into that puppy pose again right away, walking your hands forward. Again, if you need to adjust and move your hands even further forward to lower your chest and chin toward the floor, work toward that. If that's not available for you and you have to hover in space, that is fine. Do the best you can for the shoulder opener and the thoracic extension. As you seat over your knees, the chest and chin toward the floor, move your arms accordingly. Right, so you want to be comfortable enough that you can manage and hold this pose, but you also want enough effort to really feel for the stretch of the extension of your thoracic spine, as well as the openness of the underside of your shoulder joints. All right, lift back up, walk your hands back in to roughly where your hands should be for down dog, and then lifting up for down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose around. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Re-extend, stepping your right foot forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, lift up, gaze upwards. Bow forward, devotional warrior, crown of the head toward the inside of the foot. Inhale all the way back up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle pose. Right hand to top the shin or to the floor. Left arm reaching up. Brian, rotate the palm to face the window, the left palm to face the window. Yes, that'll be easier for your shoulders to stop. Yeah. All right, let's revolve it here as well. Left hand to the floor. Now, if it's difficult for you to rotate from here, you can always walk your left hand even wider out to the left side and lean the torso slightly angling out to the left side so that you can more comfortably rotate your right arm up toward the sky. Now, if you have more flexibility, then you're maybe toward the center over your left leg, your right leg a little bit more for your twist. All right, so that's how you can modify for the pose. If you have flexibility issues here and you can't rotate to line up over the right leg. All right, bend the front knee, circle it all the way up into reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Reach your fingertips back, reach your toes back. On the inhale, lift up, Shavasana locust. If you can lift up even higher, take even higher. Forearms down, forearm plank. Line up your shoulders with the elbows, and you can grab opposite elbows to take shoulders width. Then take the forearms back down, tuck the toes under, and lift. Forearm Plank. Brian, if you want to take the harder variation, you can. Keep your toes pointed. It's much, much harder. Margaret always likes the harder version. All right, lower all the way down. Child's pose. Camel pose. If you need to take extra padding to your knees, you can take your towels, or if you want to fold your mat, going up to the upper third and then drawing back here will triple up your mat and giving you extra cushioning. You want 1/5 distance between your knees, and that will help you end up with about hips width distance. Tucking your toes under, supporting with your hands your lower back. Your fingertips point downwards and your palms support your lower back. Draw the elbows toward each other to broaden your chest. And then lean the hips slightly forward as you stretch your quads. Lean the upper torso back, beginning your back bend. Now keep the hands supporting and gently looking up. Or if you can free up your hands and reach for your heels with your hands, take the full pose of camel, take it. Now the gaze can be looking forward if your neck is a little bit tight, or you can drop your head back if you can comfortably do that. Lift the head, lift the torso, coming back up, and then making your way back to down dog. Lifting your knees, hands come back forward, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg, step it forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you. Take the opposite thumb on top, so your non-dominant thumb. Lift up, gaze upwards. And then bow forward, devotional warrior. Inhale all the way back up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Triangle, lengthen out the left leg. Left hand to top of the shin or to the floor, right arm reaching up. So notice that you're in your triangle. Your torso is roughly lined up over your left leg. Now, if your hips are tight and your hamstrings are tight, you might lean the torso, the upper torso forward just a little bit at a slight angle. And that might make things a little bit easier for you. This time I think I'll face the camera so that people at home can see better what I'm talking about. All right, so if the torso lining up over your left leg and triangle is difficult, you can let the hand come forward a little bit and lean forward a little bit, and that will ease some of the tension into your hamstrings and your hips, making touching the left hand down and extending the leg fully a little bit more accessible. All right, let's revolve it. Right hand comes down to the floor, left arm up to twist. So same thing here. If you have more mobility, maybe the right hand comes closer to the inside of the left leg, and you're lining up over the left leg to twist, right? So that's your rotated triangle. If that is too tight, you might want to take a hand to a block. But if you don't have that, you can always walk that right hand a little bit wider and angle your torso a little bit out. That way, when you rotate, there's less tension into your hips, into your hamstrings and your lower back, and maybe the rotation can be a lot more accessible, right? So there are different ways to modify. All right, bend the front knee, circle it up into reverse warrior, and then exhale, hands to your floor. Left foot stepping back plank, and then lower all the way down to the belly. Reach your fingertips back. This time, bend your knees and grab your feet. Bow pose. When you're ready, on the inhale, lift up and kick back. Now, it's not just your thighs lifting and your feet kicking back. It's also your upper back actively lifting, right? So make sure your upper back is also activated. And release. Forearms down. This time, when you measure out, palms are facing up instead of down. And again, you can take the pointed toe position of your forearm plank, or you can take your tuck toe position of forearm plank. Go ahead and set up and lift. Now, whatever option you have, if you can free up your hands to take the hands to the cheek. So it's what is this? Not a forearm plank, but an elbow plank. All right, release. Child's pose. Camel pose once again. So take extra padding as you need. Same setup. Knees are about hips width with 1 fist distance between your knees. Toes are tucked under. Now, if you want to take the more difficult option, toes are untucked. Same setup with your hands, starting with your hands to your lower back, drawing your elbows toward each other to spread open the front, and then lean the hips forward a little bit as you lean the upper torso back. Keeping your hands supporting, or again, reaching back for your heels with your hands. Gaze can look forward, or you can drop the head back, your choice. All right, beginning to make your way out. Nice. That's a Virasana fish pose, right? All right. That's an interesting way of interpreting that camel pose. I like it. All right, down dog. And so what Brian did was he untucked the toes, went all the way down to the forearms, and then dropped the head back too. So it's like, actually, I think this is called couch pose, isn't it? So it's like a fish pose combined with a back bend, with a camel pose. All right, step the left foot forward, low lunge, right foot forward, standing forward bend. Feet together, knees together, bend the knees and rise up for chair. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee, tree pose. Sole of the right foot in the left leg. So go above the knee joint or below the knee joint. Hands together in prayer, arms up and out. Feel free to stay here and work on basic tree and learn to balance, or work on any other variations you like. More advanced options, go ahead and take. If you want to just up the ante a little bit, you can always wrap the hands back behind you for the back bend and the heart opener. If you want to deepen the back bend and challenge your balance, you can always look up and then lean the torso, upper torso back as well. You can forward fold in your tree, arms out to the side like an airplane, and go as far as you can, halfway maybe. All right, let's make your way back up. Stepping your right foot down, chair. Exhale, dive forward. Fingertips to the floor, bend the knees, and step the left foot back. Left knee comes down. Let's take lizard. Turn your right toes out at an angle, about 30 to 45 degrees. Right thigh also turns out. Then walk your hands forward about a foot. Now, if you have the flexibility to take the forearms down, take it. If that is too deep for you, then keep your arms extended and just walk your hands as far forward as you can and lower as much as you can. The action of the hips moving forwards and downwards, and also your chest moving downwards, right? So if you're not very flexible, maybe your forearms cannot come down. So keep your hands supporting. Perhaps you're really high, right? If your hips are really tight, you're going to be a little bit higher. So look for what is appropriate. All right, lift the elbows up, walk your hands back in, turn the right toes back forward, frame your right foot with your hands, pyramid, tuck the left toes under, and then lengthen over the right leg. You can always use your blocks to your hands to either side of the right foot, or just bending your right knee if you don't have any props. So Brian, right, if it's too tight, you still want to lengthen the legs, you can take the same concept of taking both hands to the inside of the right foot and then angle your torso a little bit off to the left. That way, you can keep your hand support. Yeah, good. You see how that will give you the ability to support with the hands, but still get into the full length of that right leg. All right, let's bend the right knee, ground the back heel, circle it up into reverse warrior, stretch to your right side. Half moon, right hand forward about a foot, loop off to right side, hand to the floor or hand to a block. Stacking your left side over your right, reaching your left arm up. And again, the palms are facing the window side of the room. So your shoulders and your arms don't have to take an extra rotation. Stay on the right leg, revolve half moon. Left hand comes to floor and square up your hips. Left hand stays down, right arm up to twist. Bend your right knee, step it all the way back, circle it up into reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Stepping your right foot forward, low lunge, left foot forward, standing forward bend, feet together, knees together, take it up chair. Stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee, tree pose, second side. Shove the left foot and the right leg above the knee joint or below the knee joint. And steadying your balance, arms up and out in a wide position. And again, feel free to stay here or taking the option of wrapping your hands back behind you, but taking the non-dominant thumb on top. Now, if you want to challenge your balance, you can always look up, and then maybe you can lean the upper torso back into a back bend. Or you can take it into airplane and forward folding, maybe up to halfway. Alrighty, let's start to break. Make your way back to center. Stepping your left foot down chair. Exhale, dive forward. Lizard, stepping your right foot back. Right knee comes down. Turn your left toes out at an angle. And then again, walking your hands forward, either keeping your arms fully extended or lower your forearms if you're able to take the forearms down. And the hips are moving forwards and downwards, just kind of breathing into this openness into the hips. Alrighty, let's break. Lift the elbows back up, walk your hands back in. Turning your left toes forward, pyramid. Frame your left foot with your hands, tuck the right toes under, and forward fold. So again, you're looking to support with both hands evenly, directly to the floor or onto some sort of prop or something to help you support. And you're looking to line up over your left leg the best you can. Now, if that's not possible and you don't have any props, the way to do it, again, I'll face forward, right? So the way to do it is to walk your hands to the inside of that front foot and then angle walk your hands wider and angle out your torso over to the right. By angling out your torso, there'll be less pressure into your hips, into your hamstrings, and your lower back to fold with a straight left hamstring. I said this compression could be rather tough if you're not very flexible. So you're going to have to modify by angling off to the side, giving yourself a little bit more space. Alrighty, bend the front knee, ground the back heel. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, half moon. Left hand forward about a foot, a little bit off to left side. And raise your right arm up. Your right side should stack over your left. Now, the reason why your left hand goes a little bit off to left side is because your upper torso tends to lean back a little bit in space. So having your hands slightly further back, so it's not a lot further back, maybe a few inches to the left. That will make the balance a lot easier. Of course, if you line up the fingertips and the toe tips and you have good balance, that of course works, right? But that does make it a lot more challenging. All right, let's revolve it. Right hand comes down and square off your hips so the hips face downwards. Keeping your right hand to the floor or to a block. Left arm reaching up to twist. All right, start to break. Step the right foot all the way back. Circle it up and around. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga up dog, down dog. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Sphinx pose. Walk your hands forward slightly. Forearms come down. So you want to check that your shoulders and your elbows line up vertically. You want to grab opposite elbows to line up shoulders with, and then taking your forearms back down. So you want to press your belly and your lower ribs to the floor to flatten your lower back. And press your forearms down to lift your chest in opposition, coming into Sphinx. And this will give you, again, a nice mid-spine, thoracic spinal extension. So really think about making contact through the belly and then toward the lower ribs. If you tend to squeeze your butt a little bit here, release your glutes and then just let the pubis gently reach toward the floor. And you should feel a nice gentle release of your lower back. Now, oftentimes we activate the glutes to protect our lower back, right? So once you have a nice stable position, think about releasing your glutes and then just letting the lower back release and relax onto the floor. Now, to safely come out of the pose, we want to reactivate just a little bit first, right? So you might want to engage your core a little bit, and that will get your lower back to working a little bit again. So already, if you engage your lower core, the lower back is now activated, and now you probably feel a lot more protected, less vulnerable, right? Because when you release directly onto the floor, and you let the glutes and your lower back release, because your lower back is so relaxed, you might feel very vulnerable. So if you re-engage again, you feel protected. All right, so elbows move outwardly so that you can lower your chest. Walk your hands back and very slowly make your way back to child's pose. So we took that back bend for quite some time. So we want to take a slow to fold back forward into a forward bend in the opposite direction. All right, so whenever we take poses to either extremes, we want to make sure that we stay safe to transition back slowly. Lifting back up. Gomukhasana. So you're going to walk your left knee in towards center. Then you're going to wrap the right leg over and then line up your knees. Once you line up your knees, you're going to walk your feet as wide as you can. Now, if you have blocks or blankets and you can sit, go ahead and sit. If you cannot, right, sit comfortably like this, then I'm going to say just take a cross-legged position. Right, if you have blocks, sit on a block. If you're able to take the full seated Gomukhasana, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, a cross-legged position. All right? Then, reach your right arm up, bend your right elbow. Left hand behind you, reaching for the upper right shoulder blade. My hips are locking a little bit. All right? And then if you can take the bind, go ahead and take the bind. If you cannot take the bind, left hand to your lower back, right hand reaching downwards alongside the mid-spine is good enough. Nice, well done. All right, starting to release. Reconstruction of the joints. Release a bind. Left hand to a fist. Extend the left arm out. De-rotate your fist. Bend your left elbow. Releasing your left fist. Reach up. Reach your right arm up. Hands forward. Roll forward. Undo your Gomukhasana. And then let's take it to down dog. And then let's let the legs release a little bit before we take the other side. And then let's take it into back bend first. So tuck toe up dog. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Keep your toes tucked under. You're going to let the hips draw down and lift your chest in opposition. And then lift the hips up, right back to down dog. Let's take that one more time. Come forward. Lower the hips as you lift your chest in opposition. And then lift it back up to down dog. Take the knees down. Right knee comes to center. Then the left leg wraps over. Line up the knees. Walk your feet wider the best you can. And then if you're sitting on a block or blanket, go ahead and sit down. If you cannot comfortably sit down in Gomukhasana, a regular cross-legged is fine. Okay? Wherever you are. Raise your left arm up. Bend your left elbow. Reach down. Reach your right arm back, the palms face away from you, and reach for the upper left shoulder blade. If you cannot make the connection, that's okay. Just keep pressing your top of the right hand and the palm of the left hand and working the hands toward each other the best you can. Top of the right hand, yeah. So working toward each other. If you can make the connection, go ahead and bind. If not, just keep reaching. This is Gomukhasana, cow face pose. All right, reconstruction of the joints. Release your binds. Right hand to a fist. Extend the right arm out. De-rotate your fist. Bend your right elbow. Release your right hand. Reach your right arm up, reach your left arm up, walk your hands forward, and make your way to down dog, and walk it out side to side. All right, and then tuck toe up dog again 2 times. Inhale, come forward. Draw the hips downwards as you lift your chest in opposition. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Inhale forward, let the hips drop, lift your chest in opposition. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Pigeon, raise your left leg up. Draw the left knee in, land that shin to the floor. Angle the left knee, left thigh. Inch your right knee further back. Walk your hands back, elongate through the spine. And once you're set up, making your way forward. If you like to stay here in a passive pigeon and just work through your breath and gravity, go ahead and stay here. If you like other options like twisting or binding in mermaids, go ahead and take it. Or maybe you just want a simple stretch. I like this one, which is lifting the torso up, just walking the hands and the torso over to the right. The right forearm comes down to floor, left arm in a 10-finger position, so active arms, active fingers. Reach your left hand toward the right side and extend. So I'll get a really nice left side stretch into the shoulder, into the ribs on the left side, into the left hip as I support with the right forearm. And if your left shoulder is high, after you get a few breaths in, to go deeper, right? Just let the left shoulder descend toward the floor, and you'll get even more opening into your left shoulder. All of those can be adjusted. All right, so Katie, what you can do is take one block, take the forearm to a block, to the right forearm, sorry. The forearm, a block to your right forearm, and extend the left arm out. Yeah, there you go. And then that way you don't have to work so hard with the right arm. And then you can really press your forearm down to support the structure so you can reach through your left fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, let's break. Walk away back to center. Walk your hands in, lifting your torso. Tuck the right toes under and press it back to down dog. And take lots of movement side to side. All right, once you're ready, second side, right leg up. Draw the right knee in, land the shin to the floor. Inch your left knee further back, untuck the toes. Walk your hands back, elongate through the spine. Once you're set, make your way forward. And then again, feel free to stay here in a passive pigeon. If you are working with other variations, feel free. All right, so the option I'm taking is lifting up, walking the hands over to the left, taking the left forearm down to the floor or to a block, and then with your right fingers, reach over toward the left side in a tented finger position, so your hands and your shoulders and your arms, right arm, very active. So keep crawling and tractioning your fingertips to the left side, and that will give you the extension to the entire right side. And then once you settle into the pose, if you want more openness into the underside of your right shoulder and the right shoulder is relatively high, you can always start to let the right shoulder descend. And as you descend, you're going to get deeper and deeper into that stretch. Alrighty, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in. Lift the torso, tuck the left toes under, and press it right back to the down dog and walk it out side to side. All right, start to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Take the seat down. Seated spinal twist. If your hips are tight, taking the half variation. Left leg fully extended. Step the right foot over. Right foot should be flat on the floor. If you're taking the full pose, left heel comes in and the right leg over. Try to keep both feet to the floor the best you can. Right hand is behind you. Left arm is up on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep the legs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist to your left. Back to center. And then switching legs. So if you're taking half variation, right leg extended, left foot over, foot is flat. Or take the full pose. Right heel comes in, left leg over, left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, release, back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Release back to center. Extend both legs forward. Hands to support to either side as you lower onto your back. Once you're on your back, hug the left knee in. Left arm out to a T and twist to the right. And draw back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist to your left. And back to center again, hugging both knees in. When you're ready, step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward, Shavasana, final relaxation. If you're not taking Shavasana, just cross-legged. Begin to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite direction. Rolling over to the right and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Take your non-dominant chin on top, reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. And I'll come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Cheng, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video. And of course, all of this can be found on my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again for joining me. See you next time.